stiff hand or finger joints, pain while writing and typing, that doesn't have to be the case. These exercises will restore your finger mobility and rejuvenate your hands. That's why it's best to start right away. With these targeted exercises, you can restore the mobility of your fingers and noticeably rejuvenate your hands. Start right away and feel the difference for yourself. Why is hand mobility so crucial to focus on? You notice what's happening. Why does it happen? Because we mostly always make the same movements. We have the keyboard in front of us and always make these typing motions. Or we hold something, or we massage someone's back. Or we cook, eat, and reach for things. So they're always bending movements, and this leads to these flexor muscles becoming progressively tighter and shorter over an extended period of time, and the opposing muscles, they become weaker and can no longer effectively support or actively engage in the movement process. And this leads to more and more movement restrictions, and osteoarthritis develops, that you feel pain, and all of that is something we want to prevent, we don't want to allow it, and if it's already there, we want to reverse it. Stand in front of a table that's at an appropriate height and start by placing both palms on the table. Now the fingers are pointing away from you, and then you rotate both hands outward until the fingers are pointing toward each respective leg as much as possible. So the right fingers toward the right leg and the left toward the left leg, but sometimes it doesn't work, and you might only get this far. Then you just turn as far as you can. Ideally, the goal should be this far. And keep your fingers pretty close together. Place your thumb on it, above all else. And now, you're carefully moving your shoulders further back, step by step. And then you'll feel the stretch here. Keep your hand on the table. Press down a bit so that contact with the table is maintained. And move very gently further back, bit by bit, taking it slow. Gradually increase the stretch in these areas here, just enough that you can still comfortably tolerate the tension. Take your time. Breathe calmly and steadily through your nose. With each exhale, gently ease yourself a little deeper into the stretch. And now we're moving on to our strength training exercise. This means you'll press your fingertips firmly against the table, pushing with all the strength you can possibly muster. And then you relax and move back into the stretch, and press again as hard as you can against the table. As if you're trying to grab, as if you're trying to dig into the table. Then you relax again, go a little further back. And breathe deeper while keep the stretching. Move back just a bit further, then lift your hands off the table and actively pull, as if the fingers are intentionally reaching towards the arm, engaging the stretch with focus and control. Now we're adjusting the joints. From both sides of the muscles, the joint alignment is being optimized further. Nice, and pull, 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 and relax again. And we're moving straight into the next exercise. Take both hands forward. Arms fully extended and straight. Tuck the thumbs in tightly. Form a solid fist with your hands. Bend the wrists carefully without bending the elbows, and rotate inward gradually as far as you can comfortably go. And then place them down firmly and press steadily against the table, so the force from the table essentially pushes your wrists deeper while twisting. And what you really need to focus on here is keeping the fingers closed, because they'll naturally want to open up, they'll try to escape the stretch, they'll want to spread apart. Keep them firmly closed, and if you notice they begin to open, pause and avoid increasing the stretch for a moment to maintain control and stability throughout. But first, focus your attention on ensuring that your fists remain tightly closed. And make sure that this angle becomes increasingly more pronounced, but don't move over there, stay in place, you're only going downward. You're simply pressing down with your elbows, allowing the angle in this area to become more defined and noticeable, and the elbows remain completely straight and locked in place. Now try to press your hands downward with steady and controlled movement. So you're getting out of the position, but you're pushing against it. That's why we can engage the muscles well. Letting go, moving further into the stretch. And once more, press the ankles firmly against the table. If it's too hard, put a pot holder under or something. Relax again, let go. And now lift your hands once again. And actively pull them towards yourself. Yeah, well, you're staying exactly in the same position. In rotation and pull, keep rotating and pulling, and more rotating and even more pulling. And the more you do it, the better the effect, because now both muscle groups around the joints, the front and back, are being worked out, perfectly loaded, and then you slowly come back out. So now let's try a special exercise. For more of these, along with detailed instructions, check out our Liebscher and Bracht app. Now we go. With our hands to the edge of the table, so that the thumb practically hangs over the table. And into the stretch. But the palm needs to give space so that right here you can, just like this. Now you're feeling the stretch. The table is pushing your thumb upward, deepening the stretch even more significantly. You can balance it nicely on both sides, ensuring that you achieve an evenly distributed stretch across the entire area. Or a nicely balanced stretch, keep your elbows straight. Good. Now steadily increase the tension. Ensure that your elbows remain fully extended and straight. And with the thumbs, it's really best if you place the front tips down too, so you'll have even more room to stretch, you know? There, just like that. Continue pressing downward, make sure your elbows remain completely straight. And now it becomes truly fascinating because you'll press your thumbs firmly into the table as though you're attempting to push it inward. If you manage to press a dent into it, there's a prize to win. And release once more and continue further into the stretch. Very good. And once again, press down as though you're trying to bend the tabletop downward. Release and go deeper into the stretch. Then slowly raise your hands upward and gently pull your thumbs back. Carefully pull your thumbs back towards your face as though they are steadily pointing directly towards it with calm intention and mindful focus. This way, I'll help you so you can feel how it works. Pull back, gently draw your thumbs back, pull them back and then fully relax once more, completely and calmly. Very, very good. So, and now the thumbs need the opposite side. Gently place the thumbs back in like that, just as before. Close, keep your hands perfectly straight and gently bend. Your wrists downward, and then you'll notice it pulls right here, over the extensor tendons of the thumbs, creating a subtle stretch. Keep the arms like this, or you can relax them in front of you so there's not so much tension. And look, try to bend it downward. You can't bend it down a bit further than that right now. If you can't do it as well as Ina, then you should definitely practice. Yeah, because you should be able to pull it down smoothly and gracefully. But it's not a big deal because it just means the muscles are too short, so we need to train them to stretch and lengthen, so just do it. Pull it down nicely. Very good, breathe deeply while doing it. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And now attention, specific activation, stay focused on the thumb movement. And now the thumb wants to stretch out. It's trying to do exactly this. But it can't, because it's being held firmly in place. But this is the strength training that's absolutely crucial. That's the force that truly matters most in this entire situation. Relax and now transition into the flexion phase. So proceed to fold downward smoothly and steadily. Once again, the thumb extends outward. It moves out while the position remains exactly the same. It's not the easiest exercise, but that's precisely what makes it so efficient. And relax, then continue going further down. And once more, the thumb gets tense, relax and keep moving down. At this point, you'll start to feel the pull more and more, and that's exactly what helps to free up the thumb and all the fingers. So now, open your hands fully and actively push the thumb down as far as you can, while also bending the hands slightly, allowing the tension to release and the flexibility to improve gradually. Very good. Bend the hands downward and actively bring the thumb along with it without closing them completely. And a little bit more and a little bit more, and super well done, both you at home and Ina here with us. Yes, you're doing absolutely great. Now let's bring a bit of movement back in. Why don't you write a comment about how your fingers are feeling right now? Don't hold back about a little muscle soreness you might be feeling. Next week, we'll pick it back up again next Sunday with a workout that targets the upper back,